Hey friends, for this week's video I'm going to give you some tips on bridling with quality. I'll share with you 3 prerequisites that I need to have going good for all my mules that'll really help with bridling and make it a lot easier for you. I see a lot of people in the clinic struggling with putting their headstalls on their mules, their horses and stuff, and so hopefully these things will give you some help here. The first prerequisite I need, we've already talked about it in another video, is lateral flexion, but I need to be able to just easily bend my mule's head here to the left. Okay, so it's not too hard. You can watch that other video to sort that out. The next thing I need to be able to do is to lower their head. Okay, I'm not interested in bridling if their head is clear up here in the air. So how I teach the mule to lower their head, it's very simple, but it will take you a little time, as I'll slightly take her off center here. So I just got my left hand on the halter, and she kind of knows it's coming. She already knows how to put her head down. But I'll use my middle finger and my thumb on my right hand, and I'll go right behind the pole, basically where your halter is sitting. Okay, and I'll just move that halter back a little bit, and I'll put a little pressure down on either side. And you know, she knows the game, but your mule might brace up right there quite a bit, and so you just continue to hold that pressure, not doing too much, but just hold that pressure. And the second your mule gives you any elevation change, you just let go. Okay, right here she's bracing there, she found it. But it's easiest if you tip the nose off center. It's quite a bit easier. Okay, and then at some point they'll get to where you can just have your arm right here, and just the pressure of your arm, they'll lower their head. Okay, that's about where we're starting to get to. And the final prerequisite is, this is just common sense, but I feel the need to say it, is everybody ought to be able to handle, you ought to be able to handle the mule's ears. You know, work on that. They shouldn't be ear shy. They should be good with their eyes being touched. I should be able to touch this muzzle here. I should be able to open the mouth like that. Okay, and they shouldn't be bothered by those things. Come on back here, distractions. And then I'll prepare myself before I put the headstall on. So you'll notice I have my lead rope on my McCarty hanging in the crook of my arm. I have the McCarty reins themselves hanging in the crook of my arm. My bridle is sitting on my arm backwards. It's facing me, if you see that. And I've loosened it to the last hole on the left side. So all these things are good preparatory things, and you'll see how they help me. Now, when I'm ready to bridle, I'll set my, I'm gonna show you how I keep the halter on and take it off with a snaffle bit on. So I'll keep it on right now, but I hang my lead rope in my right arm like this, and I double it so that it's not dragging everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to reach over here with my right arm, and I'll tip that mule's nose to me. Okay, and then I'll bring the headstall around here. I'm going to catch that nose just like this. So you see now I have that nose caught. All right, I'll bring my right arm up here like this, and see, she's bending here, but she's putting her head down a little bit too low. She's kind of pulling on me, so I'll just pick up on that and block her. I'll drop my left hand down here to the snaffle bit. Okay, so you see I have, if you can see in the video, the bars of the snaffle are sitting on my thumb and my middle finger, like this. Okay, now you might have learned when you began riding to bit from the left side. I like to bit from the right side. Okay, this will help keep her nose tipped towards me, and it won't cause me to push her nose away and push her mouth away. She'll stay here with me. So I'll drop that down. I'm going to use my middle finger on the right side of her mouth, on the bottom lip, and you can press against the lip, against the tooth, and that'll open her mouth like that. And then I'll just use that left hand to guide the bit in. I don't shove the bit in with that left hand, okay? I'll pick it up with my right hand. All right? She kind of fiddles around a little bit. Now I'll swap hands again. I get the far ear first, ears always forward, okay? Now you notice I have that bridle loose, so I have plenty of room here with these big mule ears. Close ear second, ear always forward. Okay, I'll come over here, I'll make my adjustments. I'll tighten up my headstall a little to where it needs to be. I'll take my McCarty reins, I can put them over the ears. I'll put them up here out of my way. Now I still have that halter on, and I'd like to take it off. So I'll undo the knot, and I drop it down on this other side here, and I'll take it over the nose. I go back in the mouth, I go under the bit, around the chin, and then I take it between the the curb and her chin, her mouth there. Okay, I can get that out of the way. I'll go ahead and do it with my throat latch at this point. Throat latch doesn't need to be tight, it just needs to be there so that on these green mules they wouldn't rub that bridle off on a tree or something like that. Okay, but it needs to be loose enough that you can work on your like soft feel and your flexions and things, and that won't get in the way. As far as the adjustment of my bridle, my head stall, I just like this bit touching the lip. Okay, and she's chewing up that bit, it doesn't matter, she'll get right in a minute. But I just like it touching that lip, no wrinkles. Okay, she can pick it up and play with it all she wants right now, I don't care. I'll sort that out later with riding. But anyways, you notice as I bridled here, she tried her best to stay here with me, keep that bend. She had her head low, and we can sometimes too low, and we kind of work through that. And it's obviously easy to touch her ears and her eyes and her nose and all those things. She's not worried about that. So anyways, hopefully those 3 prerequisites and those tips help you. And with putting it on, I also want to show you taking it off. So when I go to do that, I'll put my McCarty reins up here behind her ears. I can go ahead and just put the halter around her neck. Now I could put that halter back on under the head stall, but I'll just show you this way for now. Okay, so I'll just catch her like this. And some of your mules probably be good enough they'll just stand there, they ought to be. Okay, I'll undo my throat latch. All right, I'll loosen the bridle back up to where I had it when I went to put it on. That way it's prepared for the next time. When I go to take it off, I have both hands behind it. I just push those ears forward and just take it off nice and neat. Now I don't let it just drop out and smack those teeth if I can help it. It might hit her teeth a little bit, but I'll do my best here just to let it kind of fall out. There you go. Okay, come on back here with me. I'll put my halter back on. And you notice, if you watch previous videos, that catching with quality and haltering with quality will prepare you. So bridling will be a piece of cake when you get to it, if you've done a good job there. Anyways, hope these tips are helpful to you. You can work on this if you're just teaching one how to put a head stall on for the first time, or you want to get your older ones a little bit better. But you don't have to chase their head around. You don't have to make it a big fight with your animal. And I guess the last suggestion I'd give you is I never put the head stall on while my mules are tied up, ever. They got to be loose on the lead rope, and that goes for these young ones or for older ones. I like them to be loose. They get in some bad habits when you put it on when they're tied up. But anyways, that's your challenge for the week. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.